English translation. 890th contact. Friday afternoon, the 7th of June, 2024, 15:13 hours.
Well, this is a surprise. Welcome, Ptaah. I was not expecting you after Quetzal told me that none of you were coming here for the next 3 to 4 weeks. But Madeleine just heard your phone when you rang from the office over to my flat. But I was not here. I was at the biotope because there is some work to be done there, while Eva is in Uster bringing Selina home for the weekend.
Greetings, Eduard, my friend. Of course I will come here if you are not feeling good. I will not let you take that away from me, even if I am far away.
It is okay. I am all right again, although in hospital.
Good. The important thing is that you are fine. But before I go back and stay away for a long time, I want to say the following in advance and explain what the committee has decided, which Quetzal has already told you about, which is being dealt with by the committee because some things.
Quetzal actually explained that, but I thought that would come up when Quetzal comes back in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes, that is planned. But the committee decided that you should be pre-informed about what is to be in the future, so that the Figu Association continues effectively when you have finished your time here on Earth. To this end, the following has been decided and determined by the committee as a matter of urgency and importance, which is to be valid immediately and corresponds to necessity. This is what I have currently been told by the committee and what I can tell you. Quetzal will then explain to you what else is necessary, what the committee will decide. When everything has been finalized, whereby these instructions and regulations will only remain internal to the group and will effectively be used as important instructions before the statutes.
Quetzal has already explained that to me. But I still have a few things I want to say here, such as that I'm not a prophet, but only a herald of the teaching of truth, teaching of creation energy, teaching of life, and therefore nothing special, as people want to make me out to be. In this respect, I would be really happy if this nonsense would finally stop, as it also has with the murder and destruction caused by the wars in the Middle East and Ukraine, etc. Not only has the imbecility of the two wars confirmed, as I predicted at the beginning of the Ukraine war, that this and other wars will lead to the resurgence of insane and victimizing and hateful anti-Semitism worldwide, but also that all these murderous skirmishes will continue for years to come. The war in Ukraine could be ended if America, addicted to world domination, finally withdrew and the warmonger and poor arms beggar Zelensky was removed from office, thereby canceling and destroying America's desire to include Ukraine in NATO. This desire to bring NATO into Ukraine was the real reason why Russia struck with war, which of course was also not the correct solution, because despite America's nasty and deceitful lies and machinations, the whole thing should have been resolved by the states of the world through politically honest and valuable negotiations. But the majority of the world's rulers are cowards and also believers in America, so nothing good and right can be expected from them, because after the World War, America did not keep its lying promises made in the 1990s that its borders would be preserved and that NATO would never expand eastwards against Russia. But America, together with NATO, mendaciously did the opposite, and in the end America wanted to bring NATO into Ukraine, which Russia has been defending itself against with war ever since. The idiots of the powers that be, above all the lunatics and partisans of Germany, France and England, of course, secretly goaded by America in the background, with this senile Biden probably playing the most powerful role, are now trying to make a mess of Russia with America's puppet Zelensky. But that Russia, not just Putin, would end the war in Ukraine immediately, I think that would really be the case. If America and NATO were honestly committed to a treaty and adhered to the fact that this murderous organization would not advance into Ukraine, and would also remove the warmonger and arms beggar Zelensky from office. This is before he is killed by those who have long been against him and his actions, and who have founded an underground organization in Ukraine to promote him from the living to the dead if possible. The fact that this has not happened so far is only thanks to the idiots protecting him, as well as those idiots and irresponsible people who supply him with weapons and ammunition, etc., and do not realize that America is behind everything and will one day seize their country, because America will know no borders in its mad hegemonic mania. The EU dictatorship will also feel the effects of this.
You should not say too much about that.
What I said, that is enough. But few will think about it, especially not the lost neo-Nazis in the governments of Germany, France, and England, who fanatically help Zelensky and see him as a saint and fighter for the freedom of Ukraine, but do not know that through America's insidiousness, he makes himself a tool of their world domination ambitions and always runs around with one foot in his grave, like all the lowly intelligent and idiots of the rulers of those countries who supply Zelensky with all the weapons, etc., and see him as the savior of Ukraine, but do not see what they are doing to their people and country, and do not realize the sword of Damocles hanging over their heads.
That is unfortunately the case, Edward, and a lot can be said about that, but I have to go because I am expected back.
Too bad, because I still have some questions, and
I guess you will have to talk to Quetzal about that, because I am afraid I am running out of time.
So be it, but when will you be back here?
I really do not know, but it will be a long time, for I have business near the end of our federation, and for a long time. Farewell now, but one way or another I will let you hear from me.
So be it, but it has been a great pleasure. Farewell, my friend.